Actually, Zoro, dude, I identified with that character so much during that arc. I guess it was during multiple arcs, right? You got lost in Dressrosa and on the oh god, what was the place called? What was the guy who raised the zombies area called?
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
Okay, Ardbert, you didn't have to remind me that this was all my fault, by the way. The secrecy is worse. I'd rather people know. I still can't believe it's coming for me. It's all such a mess. Too. Gotcha answer.
Neither can I, to be honest.
I mean, if
but
anybody...
you heard what the Ascians said. The light you shine will warp the world around you, whether you like it or not. Even your Stoller and Reen had to concede that point. You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm.
I feel like we're about to get a massive lore bomb and not Ardbert just being like, hey, did you remember that this is your fault? I feel like we're about to get a big lore bomb.
It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest.
Was it really one last failure? I wouldn't consider it an all-the-way failure. I mean, like, that's like saying when you're getting ready to walk outside of your apartment, when you tie your shoes, it's a failure. It's not a failure, it's a necessary part in the process. Unless you still wear Velcro shoes. Then you skip that entire step. But he doesn't wear Velcro shoes and he still has to tie his shoes. It's a part of the multi-step process of the road to success.
There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen.
Not too late.
That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had.
That was a very emotional scene.
Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky.
This shit's fucking good.
No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive.
I am hoping we find out what the fuck Ardbert is. Like, his ghost form makes so little sense. I've brought this up multiple times. The fact that Y'shtola can't see him means he's not composed of ether. Like, what is going on? At least that's what's going on in my head. And now without the Oracle to potentially bring him back, like, I'm very curious what he is. Dude, I feel so fucking bad for Ardbert. Talk about a good guy finishing last. This guy's literally done everything. Everything in his fucking power to try to save the fucking world. And look at where it fucking got him. He literally can't even jerk off. Doesn't mean he's not going to try.
Well, come on then.
Okay, fist bump time. Dude, if our fist bump right now, that would actually be fucking wild. Oh my god, he's going to become the receptacle for our light. I knew it! I knew it! He's going to be the thing. We can pump our light into him. We can actually pump our light into him.
Between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours.
He's gonna suck it all out of us and then he's gonna die. That's why he stayed alive. He's another worldly receptacle for the fucking light ether. He's gonna teleport it to another dimension the same way that G'raha Tia was going to do it. He's not ether, he's the absence of ether.
I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me.
Man, this is giving a whole new definition of ghosting.
But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish.
Finish me, Ardbert.
For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours.
Dude, it looked like he got more solid for a second when we touched. Like, did you guys see that? Like, when our fists were bumped, like, he wasn't, like, glowing, like, with the light.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you.
Wait, is he not just gonna suck it all out of me right now?
So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding.
My branch!
And wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
No, it's my ghost best friend, but I missed you so much. Your little Synack has missed you. My branch, my queen.
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours.
Oh. Wait. Can she say...
My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you?
Fill the cracks.
Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it. Cut ties with the mortal world. Hide away in the castle.
Guys, I think it's time that I did something for me instead of just the realm. I think I'm gonna run away with my branch. From now on, call me Rich Tanya. Peace.
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Emet-Selch will rise up in your defense.
Dude, she's so sweet.
My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
Fuck.
What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion.
Is it that wicked? I feel like it's not that wicked. I feel like it's not that wicked. It's kind of sweet. It's wicked, like wickedly sweet.
And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower?
I'm her ephemeral flower. Everybody would die? Yeah, but me and her would be happy.
Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits.
She's 6 foot tall, by the way, so imagine how tall my character is.
Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place.
That's pretty fucking deep.
Our cairn of crystal, From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow.
Dude, I hope Graha's okay. We have another Schrodinger cat situation. The Schrodinger cat boy, he's both alive and dead right now. And he's trapped inside of Emet-Selch's box.
See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue.
He thought I was a certified badass, right? It's crazy because he's literally an invention of Emet-Selch. With the red eyes.
You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer.
He's not entirely, but like just the entire Algan Empire. Right? Like the entire Algan Empire is Emet-Selch's construction. And that lineage indirectly, well, kind of directly created Graha. So for, like, to see the connection and how it all loops together is just like... Like, Emmett made so many things in the game. And for such a perfect rejoined being, his plans tend to come to bite him in the ass pretty often, all things considered.
But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Rich, I was not told you had awoken. A welcome surprise. Now, if only the Exarch had returned. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where to find him. And so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize that I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join the Collusia, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens the door to the ocular, to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. This room was the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. He bid me allow none into the tower. Once he had departed, only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the Umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Bothri loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an investigation of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. I really do wonder what's going to happen. Master Rich, the captain said to expect you. Yeah, I feel like this is about to be like just a lot of cutscenes, but I could be wrong.
I have unlocked the door to the Umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Are these all the different books from, like, the different timelines and shit? We're about to find out through the power of the Echo. Holy fucking shit. Who's that? Oh, he knew. We knew that he knew.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee.
We knew that he knew a decent amount, but we didn't know how much he knew. We found out in the cutscene that Urianger knew some shit.
Thy true name is Rak'tika, then?
Did he meet G'raha during Circus Tower? I feel like he didn't.
By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star.
Yeah, he was at the Rising Stones praying for us to return. Okay, so you're a native from the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity... Okay, this is the thing that I've been asking about. How all the time shit's gonna work out. So he's from the future. So he's a future Rak'tika. But it says that he's a native of the Source. This is literally what I was talking about with time, where a little bit earlier, where I was like, wait, there's some weird things going on with time here. And also like weird things going on with like who originates from the Source and things like that. Alright, this is about to answer a lot of the fucking questions.
Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
God, I miss vines.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Dude, I feel like if anybody would understand weird shit is Urianger.
Certainly.
Dude, that piano bit was crazy.
But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest.
Sid. Holy shit. Okay. What the fuck is gonna happen with Sid right now?
In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures.
Holy shit, the music! I actually need to reread that because the music just like popped the fuck off, dude. Holy fucking shit.
It proposed a method by which one could enter the river of time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds.
Okay, so Sid and G'raha survived the 7th and 8th calamity and then travel back in time because Sid figures out how to travel back in time.
Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes. And thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice.
And then he made himself live forever in the tower? Perfecting the idea. And thus left future generations to decide what theory would be put into practice.
But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder.
Nothing but lala jams in the chat. Nothing but lala jams.
People cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished.
Time to summon a primal.
Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Cid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas.
Actual good time travel. That is a hard thing to pull off. Well done, Final Fantasy. That is not an easy thing to pull off.
After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me.
He catnapped for several umbral calamities until he was awakened. Yeah, is your time?
By this stage,
Wake up, right
scholars
meow.
had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity.
Just one calamity? No, in his timeline, he would have had to slip through the 7th and the 8th. Oh, whoa. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Chat's right. Everybody give handjobs to chat. They're all right.
This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Cid and his compeers.
So Cid is actually the main character the whole time. Fuck. Cid actually saved the world and did everything. This is bullshit, man. I thought I was all cool because I had an echo and shit. But Cid beat me in a game that I can never play. Having awesome hair.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the source.
Being smart. I could play that game.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century.
So he brought the Crystal Tower from the source, right? He did bring it from the source, just from a different time. He brought the Crystal Tower from the source, from the future, went back in time, and went back too far in time. Now the question is, did Graha purposefully grab the other people? He did, right? Like, he did purposefully grab Urianger and all the signs. Is he going to admit to that now, that it wasn't an oopsie-doopsie?
But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
Okay. Happy little accident, not a mistake.
An
More time.
undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous.
Graha is actually one of my favorite characters in the entire game. For hundreds of years, he has unwaveringly worked towards the same goal. Do you have to stall a little bit to actually wait for the right things to happen to be able to progress the story forward? Yes, but stalling is part of the process. Hundreds of years of stalling, and Graha is a true hero. He's like you. I wasn't gonna say it, but yes, are there some similarities? There's a time to stall and there's a time to play ball. And today's the day that we play ball. True hero. hundreds of years to beat the MSQ, but he's done it. No one said that, you're banned.
Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the Calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. It is for that very reason Cid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict.
Dude, it's crazy. Graha sacrifices his own life like 30 times a minute. He sacrifices his life more than professional StarCraft players have in APM. This guy's just like, oh yeah, I'll sacrifice my life right now and right now and right now and right now. Dude, what a fucking legend. Cid's cool as fuck. Cid's a god too. This upped my Cid stock a whole bunch. Dies more than Y'shtola? Yeah, but it actually accomplishes something. Others,
and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable.
Do we have a tier list ready for this expansion? Graha, Urianger, S tier. Alfie and Alizé, they're no longer S tier, only because they're not in the expansion enough. But Graha is fucking S tier in this expansion. Alfie and Alizé are S tier characters, but they're just not around enough. Y'shtola is like low B, high C. Lise is S tier because she didn't bother me this expansion. Lise not being here made her go all the way up to S tier. Dude, Y'shtola, like, look, unless she does something fucking crazy in the next few patches, I'm really not impressed. She was just mean to me a lot, which I kind of liked. But Reen is high A tier, potentially S tier. Reen is cool as fuck. Reen is very fucking cool. Cid, A tier. Graha's cooler than Cid. Graha and Emet-Selch might be my two favorite characters of the expansion so far. Theo is pretty high tier, actually. That character made me laugh. She annoyed me a lot at the beginning. Ardbart's S tier. What about Gaius? He's pretty high tier, but we haven't seen that much of him and Xenos in this expansion. So one of the things that I take into account when I do the tier lists for like particular expansions, it's like how much I see them, right? Like, Gaius hasn't missed at all, but he hasn't been there that much. Tesleen was a pretty cool character. Yeah.
It was him. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on.
He's talking about me. He's talking about me. He's talking about me.
The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow.
Wait, why are you guys saying he's talking about you? Dude, I've been playing this game the whole time, and canonically, it told me that I have the most powerful echo. I'm the warrior of all brightnesses, both light and darkness. He can't be talking about all of us. He didn't say the warriors of light. He said the warrior of light. Me, canonically, it's true. Dude, guys, check the VOD. It's me. He's talking about me.
In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights.
Is that the kid that the dragon fucking saved?
And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga.
Sometimes this game makes me feel so much emotionally that I get fucking mad. It's like having like a little mini like cognitive dissonance mental breakdown. It like hits me like in the emotion so hard, and like that was that like was like this weird mixture of like happiness and sadness and like all these emotions. I was just like fuck you for making me feel. I'm a little bit mad right now. Yo, what's up, Ran? How you doing, brother?
He was the lodestar that brought them all together to send their final message back through time and space to him. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
You're not a bear, you're a cat. My joke was so bad that the camera turned off.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other?
My heat gauge is
What
literally
wouldst thou
full on my
have me
camera.
say?
Dude, Urianger, I fucking love you. Both mentally and physically.
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood, and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First.
Dude. Urianger is one of the people who proves that the rejoining isn't necessary. Because he is just as smart as an Ascian, with a less timeline. Think about it. Urianger is able to get up on a much shorter timeline a plan that counters that of Ascian planning. So, are people really more perfect? Genocide is bad. Feet are good. Fuck, I fucked it up.
Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
Oh my god. Dude, Urianger is freaking the fuck out. I'm bugging, dude.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die.
What a fucking Chad, man. That's a hero. Not only was he willing to die for the cause and die for the future of others, but he was willing to live hundreds of years to get the plan off the ground. He's not just taking the easy way out and finding like that perfect battle, that hero's death to die for. He exhausted every single option and did every single thing. The person who typed for real, because he's a cat boy, you can change the O to a U and say for real, and that would also be wicked. But what a fucking legend Grahatia is. One of the coolest characters in the game.
Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. but in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity and make of it a portent, a prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the rift.
I forgot about that. Once again, incredible fucking writing to remind us of the vision that Urianger had when he was in the rift.
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would, and I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course.
Dude, I love this fucking cat. Graha? Dude, this game is so fucking good! There are more good characters in one expansion of this game that doesn't take away from how good the other characters were and build on the entire fucking universe, and they're real fucking stakes inside of the universe. More than like any fucking other game, man. It's so fucking good. Graha might be my favorite character in the game right now. Urianger and Graha are like two of my favorite characters in the game. No joke. And Emet, true. Meanwhile, Sylvanas, what a terrible fucking character.
But I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Tail. I just want to fucking pet this cat boy. I fucking love this game. Bottom left furry?
Careful now.
That's me.
If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case.
What are our glowy bro fist bumps actually accomplishing, Ardbert? What are they fucking accomplishing? Dude, he has to be a vessel for the ether somehow. You know what? If he is a vessel for the ether, if he is managing to soak up some of the light, then Y'shtola's going to be able to see him now. Because he would have the light, she can see that. Well, sense it. She has a different, she can see, but it's not seeing, it's a different sense, but it's like impossible for us to comprehend. Like, we were a two-dimensional square, and we were squares our whole lives, and then one of our friends was like, dude, I'm not a square, I'm actually a cube. And you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I perceive things in 2 dimensions, and I'm a square, and you're a square. And he's like, no, actually, I'm a fucking cube, and I can see things that you can't even fucking understand. Your mom actually has two giant spheres. What? No, my mom's 2 giant circles. No, she's 2 spheres. She looks like a Venn diagram. No, dude, she looks way better. But that's the thing. I'd never be able to, because you live in 2 dimensions. But Y'shtola, the way that she senses it right now, she can see. Well, not see. She can't see. She's blind. But she can sense. She can sense. And if he soaks up the light, you guys see what you guys see what I'm saying. Well, you guys hear what I'm saying because you can't see the sound waves. Y'shtola can kind of hear the sound waves because there's ether inside of the sound waves, but she can sense them. You guys get it. You guys are smart. Unless it's that episode with Miss Frizzle
What do
and
you mean to do?
stall. No, just kidding. I mean to hunt down Emet-Selch. I mean to rescue the Exarch. I mean to have a word with both Emet and the Exarch. I like 3. I plan to have a word with them.
Then we should be on our way. Diassian mentioned the Tempest, did he not?
He did.
That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
We do get another dungeon. Tempest. And so the Warrior of Light and his ghostly companion waddled off into the sunset. Well, not the sunset, just the ever-burning glow of light which troubled the land. And to the Tempest they came. Lighting on the emote's a bit weird. Gremlo whipped it up real quick. If we want to tweak it over time, we can. If you ever have any tweaks for the emotes that you want to recommend, just let me know on the subreddit.
Ah, we have found thee.
Not like thus.
Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Yes. I can see the past and the future. Well, you kind of see the future. I see the past.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare.
Yes, he is still taller. He is still taller, but dude, that's like comparing a mouse to an elephant. Like he's like, oh, okay. I mean, like, it's just not even a contest. I'm not mad. I'm not mad because I'm small. It's just like there's no reason to compare me to Urianger. Dude, also half of his height is in his neck.
Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not?
Thou art.
If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
The fuck did he say to me? I forgive you, let's go. I'm in danger of those around me. No more lies. He has lied a lot, but he always lied for us. Like, I'm not mad at him. He's always done the right thing. I went with 3. I forgive you, let's go.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
I can think of one way that you can repay me. Last. You are a walking bomb? No, you the bomb!
I'm sorry, but...
Love you!
I don't think this is a good idea.
Okay, Reen. Unlike the other Minfilias, I respect you. What's your idea? You're a badass and one of my favorite people in this group. Reen useful?
Leaving the
Reeg's a
Crystarium,
PogChamp.
I mean,
Reen's a
with or
PogChamp.
without Urianger. What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again.
Can she come with us, maybe, to keep us stitched up? She can hold her own.
Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
Nah, we gotta go. Let's go, Reen. Pack your shit.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alizé, chill.
Alizé, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Thank you, Alfie.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple.
Alizé has a fucking temper. Dude, Alizé has a fucking temper. Like, legitimately, like, I'm thinking back to all of the times in the story that she actually freaks the fuck out. I'm never mad at her, though. Like, it always makes perfect sense, but she definitely does have a temper. Like, Gabu, Tesseline. Wait, every time that Alizé becomes friends with someone, they die. Dude, Alizé gets screwed over. Holy shit, they really... Every time she gets a new bestie, they're like, yo, kill Alizé's bestie. Who have they not killed? You're her friend? Are we best friends? Oh no. Am I next?
We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed.
I'm not faulting her for her temper, it's just an
way
observation.
now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Who's that? Oh shit!
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight.
Do you remember the first time that the squad was assembled? And it was like, yo, we're the fucking bad guys. You ready to start doing some war crimes? It's been a little while. It's time for the Avengers to assemble. Family, what do we got in store for him this time?
And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the
Crystarian
Warrior
braids.
of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them!
No! Well, not in so many words.
Lena! I like Lena.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
That haircut.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Yeah.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, it was clear it was no ordinary visitor.
Who's this guy?
That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Cloud?
Eat him! That's right!
Here, here!
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless.
Dude, thank you, Morin, for showing me all those cool picture
if there
books.
is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it.
Write a picture
what
book
could
about
you
me.
have of us?
For adults.
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Defend the Crystarium until we return. Leave it to us. We'll see the Exarch home safe and sound. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. 2? Let's do this shit. We're getting into the thick of it. He fell for our ruse. The bad ending has been unlocked. Just stop it.